When you're in Svalbard, surrounded by Arctic conditions, the feeling of adventure is indescribable. It's no surprise that there have been many famous explorers in this part of the world, including perhaps the most famous Amundsen, whom the Norwegians that we've met are intensely proud of. In many ways, today's episode can be thought of as meeting a 100-year-old explorer. You can feel the history coming through her wooden decks, in the imperfections of her hull, the grain of the wood in the boom, and the stitches of her repaired sails. There's something about stepping aboard a vessel for the first time. Nervous excitement, anxious trepidation, the feeling that precedes adventure. We were about to learn all about this vessel, where she'd been, the lives that she had touched, and the dreams that she had fulfilled on her journey through the Arctic and around the world.
So all these vessels here in the marina are mostly powerful adventure boats, expedition boats with engines, or really heavy sailboats, mostly made of aluminium. I haven't seen a fiberglass boat yet. Here it is.
These guys finish touring this area in 2 weeks' time because it's winter, icebergs, it's all snowed in. We're like the last trip.
Oh, sick. That is pretty kid-friendly.
I'm
stoked. Look how high the edges are. There's no way Darwin's climbing over that. Yes, Christian. I'm so happy right now.
Good morning.
How you going, mate?
How
Morning.
are you? Nice to see you. Hey.
Welcome aboard.
Last week, the La Vagabond crew arrived in Oslo, Norway. We travelled north to Longyearbyen, with the rare free time we've found ourselves with. Moving from our old boat to our new trimaran. We're about to weigh anchor, and we couldn't be more thrilled with our new surroundings.
So Christian has let us come on board a day early when they're changing everything out. They're bringing supplies on, taking supplies off, and Elena and I have pressured him into letting us come on board so we can film this video for you guys before we set sail tonight. So everything's just in chaos and turmoil at the moment. It's exciting.
Yeah, adventure.
Yes, we have about 8 hours to get everything ready for the next trip.
Yeah, and we're interrupting, so apologies for that.
It's fine, don't worry.
So this is the first time we're seeing Norderlich, which it
The
was
Norderlich.
built in 1910, which makes it 112 years old, and it's a twin-masted schooner. Very heavy. I'll put the weight here.
First up, we're going to check out the bowsprit and rigging.
Hang on, can you hold this? Our health and safety isn't a massive thing on this boat. We would not be allowed to do this on other trips. This is awesome. Alright.
Really don't want to fall in this water. I'm going to do a polar plunge, I just realised.
I don't think you'll be able to.
It's so cold.
Yeah.
But Cara and Nate do it, so I got to do it. So this is the bowsprit. It's got 3 head sails and 2 masts.
So there's a sail there. That's the furthest forwards, then this one, and then there's one there. So I'm just going around looking at all the rigging. There's a lot of different things to think about. I'm always going, okay, well if the weather came up, if a massive squall came and it goes from 30 knots to 60 or something like that, what would I do? And I gotta be honest, I'd have no fucking idea at all what to do on this boat. I'm looking around and I'm picking up a few different things, but this is just a completely different animal to what Elena and I have been dealing with over the last 8 years. I'm really looking forward to seeing just how they do it, like even how they get off the dock. Speaking of leaving the dock, let's go and check out the anchor chain.
Put your hand on it. Christian said I could ring it.
Did he?
Yeah. Okay, this is the anchor area. I'm not going to touch it, but
Don't
this
touch
looks like
anything.
a lot of work to pull up the anchor. We're going to see, but I've seen like videos.
Oh, Elena, you're not suggesting that we're going to turn that to pull up the anchor, are you?
Yeah.
No.
Is this just a backup?
I don't know what that is, but we're not spinning that to pull up the anchor.
On the old ships though, they do this.
No, babe.
Oh. Again, we have no idea.
It's like a butterfly trying to lift a car. So we're debating whether to put this in the video, and I've convinced Elena. She said, oh, but I don't want to seem dumb, but we're going to leave it in, aren't we, babe? Because that's why we love you.
Sometimes I just don't think.
No. It's like, how could you possibly know how to pick up the anchor on a brand new boat?
Now for some parts of the boat that I myself am definitely more familiar with. The foredeck and the helm.
This is the foredeck, and you can see the hatches here pop up. There's little ladders inside. I'm seeing some beautiful photo opportunities here. Like, this is so picturesque.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is one of my favourite words in all of marine lexicon. The forecastle.
So they've got a backup dinghy. They have their real one at the back, and they have 3 life rafts on this boat. This is one. No. This is so cool.
Think you could handle her in a storm? Babe, you're a hell of a helmswoman.
Thanks. Don't know how to anchor. Wouldn't know how to anchor, but can help.
Jeez, this is some ancient gear they've got here. It's held
What
together
is
with
this?
duct tape. This is the quarterdeck.
Q is for quarterdeck. That's actually one of the letters in my ABC book I'm releasing for little sailors, a little kid book. So welcome to the quarterdeck. This is the other life raft, and another one over there.
Look at how beautiful this boom is. With all the lashings down it, holding the sail down. It's just stunning.
One of the reasons why they told us to bring knee-high boots, which I actually didn't, because I didn't want to buy another pair of boots. I'll probably regret that later, but is because this is the dinghy and getting to the beach can be difficult. Sometimes it's got to jump in the water. Looks pretty good. I don't know what horsepower the engine is just yet. It's a 4-stroke Yamaha.
Looks like it might be 20.
Maybe a 20. Can I sit on this?
The driftwood throne. Yes, you can.
The driftwood throne, nice.
It's made by the Arctic Salvage Services team. That's short for ASS. And,
is this your quarters down here, Marco?
Yes, it is. It's also the navigation room.
Chasing our captain down below, we arrived in the navigation room, captain's quarters and crew quarters.
They're going out of their way to let us explore on the changeover day, so this is, they keep apologising for how messy it is, but it's not.
So in here we have the emergency rules, the muster list, so
Yep.
the different rules and what happens in case of an emergency.
Okay.
So firefighting, abandoned ship, man overboard.
Yep,
We're also going to do some drills. We do, for example, an abandoned ship drill.
yep.
We change quite a lot of crew, so also a fire drill will be done soonish. Most likely we do that this evening before the
Oh, with the crew on board?
yeah, with
Yeah,
also the
nice
guests.
one. Yeah,
So
yeah.
how to wear a
Sorry, guests.
survival suit and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is our small office, which is very crowded at the moment, so we have to make a bit space. Yeah, and over there there's
Room
the...
for reindeer antlers.
Oh yeah, we
Always
found that.
room.
So maybe we'll make a galleon's head out of it. Would be cool. Why not?
This is the captain's quarters. It's not very luxurious, Fabian.
No, it isn't.
This is crew quarters. Just a bunch of bunks. And apparently they have a new bathroom. Oh, this is new.
Is that the rum?
This is where you can find the rum. So we call it the wine cellar.
Yeah.
There is all the storage of the drinks,
Yeah,
and the rum
nice.
and the wine. And,
I knew it was going to be rum.
Yeah,
Ah, I
it's
thought
all
you were
about-
joking. I love this. It's a real pirate boat. Yeah.
This is the gun locker, and as you can see, captain only. So
Only the captain has the key.
polar bear, so it's really important to have that stuff around. Don't get excited, you Americans.
Now to show you where we'll mostly be hanging out during our voyage. Welcome to the saloon.
So this appears to be the main sort of saloon area where everyone hangs out. We've got some safety equipment here. I'm going to open this door.
Laundry. Ah, that's a relief. Thank
Washing
goodness.
machine.
Woohoo!
Jealous, Elena? Does that mean food's ready?
Food ready, if there's waves,
Whale.
if there's wildlife, anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
This is where we'll be chilling. There's a globe. Oh,
Oh,
man.
is that a heater?
Yeah. And look at that. That is just gorgeous. Too heavy for a carbon trimaran, of course, but very, very beautiful.
Welcome to the very nearby future here in the tropics, where you'll be joining us in video in only a few weeks. In the meantime, I wanted to quickly jump in here to share with you today's sponsor, who are doing incredible things for people from all around the world, including me. I'm so happy to be living in a time where health and wellness is considered to be cool, and Noom has been a really great tool for me on my fitness journey, providing me with that little bit of routine and holding me accountable for my daily choices amongst all the mayhem of traveling, kids, videos. Noom is science-based, which we love, and they use proven psychology and cognitive behavioral therapy techniques to help guide us into making sustainable changes for the better. And they have great recipes on here, which is one of the features I love, as well as the ability to log your meals. When I was trying to lose some extra kilos after having our second baby, counting calories myself was never going to happen. I love that Noom can easily do that for me when I just type in what I've eaten for the day, and voila. And they also use a color system for foods, which has definitely made me more aware of what I'm consuming. The green foods not to be shy on, yellow to enjoy in moderation, and orange to be more careful of. If you'd like to learn more about nutrition and help with tracking your water intake and your fitness, and just learn how to change bad habits, we all have them, Noom also provides you with trained coaches, real people, and I can tell you the group chat has definitely inspired me on some days to just get out there and do it. You can click the link in the description to take your free Noom evaluation. It doesn't take too long. By answering a few questions, they'll come up with a custom plan for you to help you achieve your fitness goals. You can just visit noom.com/SLV or click the link in the description below. Back to the Arctic.
We'd only scratched the surface with our boat tour, but for now we had to hit pause and head back to our motel to pack up before checkout time. Then we'd grab the 2 wombats and Rachel and officially move aboard the Norderleek with the rest of her passengers.
Since we've come into the cold and been traveling a lot, we've managed to get our packing time from unacceptable all the way down to not too bad at all, which I'm very happy with. We're very experienced now with packing our winter clothes and bags and children's bags and children's winter clothes, and we're very efficient and it makes me happy.
I don't think I lost my gloves, but I cannot find them, and I don't want to risk not having them because you just can't be outside on the boat without gloves, can't touch anything, like. So we're gonna go buy some just in case, just a real cheap pair.
Do you think this one is easy, Carl?
We're nearly there.
Come on, Lenny, push it. That's a boy.
Good man.
There we go.
Time to explore the cabins, deep down in the hull of the ship.
This thing is huge. I thought that was a mirror, like reflecting this room, but it's in fact another room, just as big.
So where are we?
This is like the lounge room, I would say. It's not the saloon, but it's
Downstairs
whatever's
saloon.
Downstairs saloon? Not sure. Where people would eat and drink rum.
Do you want to come this way? So we're moving forwards at the moment. And
More
it is
rooms.
huge
Yeah,
down
look,
here.
this is a really nice room. They're all so nice. But
These are all the crew quarters.
I'll put how many rooms it has up here on the screen. I'm going to ask Christian in a minute. How many rooms does this have?
10.
This has 10 rooms.
Cabins, not rooms.
Cabins, yes. Come on, gotta get the lingo right.
This is mine.
Come on, give it back to your little brother.
Next up, we're checking out this monster of an engine room. Okay, so I've got Marco the captain here and Daniel the bosun. Presumably you've got one engine.
Yeah, one main engine. This guy over here.
Yep.
Or
How many horsepower is that?
this is about 250 kilowatts, so it's a good 350 horsepower.
Okay.
It's an old Caterpillar D343,
Yep.
a legendary engine. We also call it the Yellow Monster. Of course, it requires quite some maintenance and love, and occasionally something breaks down. But it's a very repairable engine, so I think I'll see this one going for another few years aboard. Depending on the speed, it's about 20 liters an hour economic.
Okay.
So,
You've got 3 generators on board as well, right?
yeah, 3 generators. The winds at the moment are from the west, so that means we have headwinds. If the winds change a little bit and they're not headwinds anymore, we might hoist some canvas.
The entire crew was so welcoming, and surprisingly to us, all fairly young. It was so good to see. To help keep us safe, the crew ran us through a pretty thorough safety briefing, which put a lot of us at ease, until only moments later when I noticed that a certain someone had gone walkabout. And no, it wasn't the children.
This is the other cool spot to hang out up here. What a view, hey? And I shall read to you a bit about the history of the Noorderlicht. The Noorderlicht, which I'm going to pronounce incorrectly for the duration of this talk, is a 200-ton vessel. It's 46 metres long, that's including the bowsprit. It sleeps 20 guests and 7 crew. Built in 1910 in Germany as a floating lighthouse at a place called Kalkgrund, and that was the first name of the vessel. In 1963, this boat was replaced by a real lighthouse, and then this boat became a clubhouse for a sailing school in Germany near the Danish border. In 1990, it was found discarded in a channel in the Netherlands. The specific location of that is still unknown. The entire superstructure of it had been removed and it was just left derelict and abandoned. At this point, 2 families from the Netherlands obtained the vessel. Again, the details of how they acquired it are a little nebulous, but they began fixing her up until in 1994, she was renamed the Noorderlicht and did its first season sailing in the Baltic. Noorderlicht, incidentally, is Dutch for Northern Lights. So during the 90s, the Noorderlicht was one of scant few vessels operating in Svalbard, which at that point was completely uncharted. So this was just a wild adventure for those 2 families. And it may have been the first sailing charter vessel in the area ever. And you would think that that was enough, but for 13 years it operated as a boutique hotel where it was taken around into a river and frozen into the ice over winters. Most boats at that point were sailing down to the Canary Islands and chartering out of there. This boat would stay over winters and people would come to Svalbard and go and stay on it as the ship in the ice hotel. We are setting the sails. Thank you. Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
Next week we're heading offshore. Get ready for a very different looking sail. Be sure to hit subscribe, which is free by the way, so you don't miss the next one.
This boat is so beautiful. Like, it's amazing. It's just stunning.